Only because
I know how you feel. I know how
only because it's not a matter of your voice, it's not a matter of your name, it's a matter of how you play the game. I've had kids, I've played with kids, I've had kids on my friends list that I have instantly deleted because when push came to shove, I couldn't use them. I couldn't play with them. I could not play my game to where I'm having fun and getting and progressing with these kids. Because all they ever wanted to do is, oh, we're going to do a heist, we're going to get some money, and we're just going to fuck around and let everybody else do the job. No. You don't get your cut unless you do what you're supposed to do. And if you're just going to fuck around, get the fuck out of my lobby. In fact, you shouldn't even be playing this fucking game because you're too fucking young.
And leeching off of others is not really good policy, and especially trying to be a hindrance to what they say. Guess what? Co-op means part of it is cooperation. So you're kind of missing the point. So don't ever expect money if you're not doing what is needed to get the money. Cooperation.
If you're not pulling your weight, you don't deserve it.
Nope.
You know what pisses me off?
But yet. Oh wait. Before we jump to that conclusion, let's bring in the other. Let's bring in the other witness here. If one's basically being called out on their bullshit and being silenced, like the victim game. There's the victim game that everyone likes to play. And Anita Sarkeesian's really just, she's like eating this shit. She loves to piss us off as gamers. When someone plays the victim game, everyone listens. Because we know that we can't just ignore victims. We can't. Because what would that lead to our justifiable society? We're just basically a bunch of barbarians. So, how do you get a barbaric society without trying to be evil? That's really what it boils down to.
There is no possible way.
Exactly. Excuses.
You know what I hate?
So, do your fucking part, shut the fuck up, and help. Okay? That's all I gotta fucking say. Don't want to hear it.
Fuck off.
Why do you think, Frank, that I have on my... Anybody who's watching this fucking live stream right now, look up Angelic Demon 1. Look him up on fucking PSN. Right now, you will see the thing about me in that category. Read it.
I hate everyone equally.
Exactly my point. No one deserves special treatment.
I think the problem is everybody has a dark side. Everybody. No matter who you talk to, deep down inside, there is a little ball of fire that just, the one spark will just ignite it. And, like, you could be the nicest person. Like, I think for the longest time I've been playing with you, Angelic, like, I have never lost my shit. Except for when I'm playing with someone who causes me to lose my shit.
That I bring in. Oh,
well,
Matt.
It's not always someone that you bring in. It's just someone who doesn't agree with the fact that I'm on your friends list, but not on theirs.
Right.
So why should I listen to someone who's, let's say, I'm what, level 153 now? 153, my kill-death ratio is pretty good when it comes to missions. I'm a good driver, I'm a good pilot, I'm a good gunner, I'm good all the way around. But nobody listens to me.
Exactly.
No one
because
listens
they
to
don't
skill.
know you.
only
They don't
wanna
know you
listen
from
to-
Adam and from Eve's son. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yes,
So it's just nothing but excuses, isn't it? You see, that's the reason why I'm kind of considered psychologically unstable through mathematical calculations, because you want something so much, like what you said earlier, Frank, is that we want a good player.
but we don't want to have to deal with all the crap.
And yet, when you actually are a good player, we don't fucking give a shit about you.
Exactly.
Online gaming was the worst idea that can ever come about. And from my previous video, I will say this here. One cannot coexist without the other. We know this is true, correct?
Yes.
God, devil, yin, yang, good, bad, light, dark, wet, dry. We know
That's
this is
right.
true. Okay, so let's take this into the equation. What happens when you're always connected? People are more disconnected from themselves. Get my
Oh,
point?
you are starting to get into another thing that I'm a little leery on.
Let me tell you.
Facebook and any kind of social media.
See, here's the deal here. Okay, here's the deal. When people get underneath my skin, I won't mind getting underneath yours. See, you want to have an excuse? Let's get this one out the fucking way, just to make sure we're on the same fucking page here. I'm so passionate right now. Because, you see, I don't really give a shit about what anyone else says, but if you're a good player, it's the best when you are a good player and you're cooperative. That's how you weed out the darnell. But let's get something else out of the way. What was games originally meant to be? Fun. Online is nothing more than a split screen just for a full screen for you to have to play. That's all. That's all it is. Multiply that by the millions, and then you say it's the best thing out there. Hardly even negotiable. But when you basically tell me that as good as a player as I am, 31,000 kills with ballistic knives later, and I'm actually, the only reason I'm a fucking 50, or whatever the fuck it is on GTA, is because Rockstar doesn't allow me to transfer my shit twice. I don't really care. I don't care about the world because I can't really enjoy anything anymore. It's like a marriage couple. It breaks down over a course of time when you're up in everybody's fucking asshole about everything. That's how you break it all down. Sure, Larry Rain.
Hold on.
So, I can literally spend the next 3 to 5 hours, if I basically had a similar interest, which really that's how you get a large majority of people to agree upon something, is interest. That's what makes it interesting. What makes something interesting is from rarities. So, if you get enough rarities, it's not valuable anymore. But bringing it to an online status where everyone's together, you brought everyone down. I would have a much more fun time if I literally 90s era, Frank, if I were to met you in real life and I was probably in there with you in high school or elementary school or even middle
Probably in
school,
my inner circle, yeah.
I will probably be spending the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the whole day is gone. Just talking nothing but video games with you, I probably would have had a grand old time.
Yep.
That's literally would be the case. And yeah, everyone would think, well, wait a second, what if there was more of that? Like you need more money to actually pay for more shit. What if there was more of that?
See, the problem is you got those people who are so proud of the life they had built up for themselves. They built an image, if you will. And that image is, you know, I'm the jock. I play football. I don't play video games. Meanwhile, they go home and the first thing they do is they turn on the video game.
Or in this case,
but when they're, I'm sorry, I'm not done yet.
I'm sorry, my bad.
But as soon as they get back to the school, you got one kid who's talking to another kid who says, "Oh, dude, you should have played this game." And the jock is thinking in his head, "I played that game. I can talk to these guys, but I'm the jock. I'm only allowed to play football. I'm only allowed to let people know that I only play football." and that's his image.
Very much.
Then you get people like me and you.
Who are gamers.
I'm a car guy. I'm a gamer. I love anime. I collect model cars.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really think I give a shit what other people think of me?
Most likely
If
not.
anything, they should be thinking, oh wow, he's diverse.
Yeah.
But no, it's oh, he collects toys. Oh, he watches cartoons. Oh, he plays video games. He must not have a life. I got news for you. If I had in real life all the cars that I owned, I wouldn't play video games. I'd be in the garage working on them.
Pretty much. Me, I'm just...
Video games is just a hobby to me.
And to me personally, I find it more of just, you know, a way to let go of anger or just something to make me feel better, or it's just...
Actually, it's funny you mentioned that.
I mean...
Because I have a story of when I first got online, or around when I first got online. Black Ops 2,
Right.
I suck. I'm not gonna lie, I suck. I had the worst kill-death ratio when it came to me playing. But all my friends wanted me to play. Well, this one day, and
Oh yeah, I remember this one. Go on, man.
One of the guys who delivers the oil to us gave me his username
Right.
so I could friend him. Well, I played with him a couple of nights. He said, yeah, you weren't kidding. You really aren't that great at this game. I was like, yeah, so if you want to drop me as a friend, you can. He's like, no, I still want to play. So, okay. Anyway, I come home from work one day, and I'm just fucking fuming. I'm pissed, right? Well, the first thing I did when I got home was I threw Call of Duty Black Ops 2 in. As soon as he had sent me an invite, I hopped in that invite. That was the first time I've ever played that game and got a 32 kills and 2 deaths. I was so pissed from the day, and I heard him on the other side of the mic saying, Frank, are you okay? I was like, yeah, why? And then I looked at my kill death and I was like, holy shit. No wonder I've been getting all my kill streaks.
I'll tell you this much though. I had a similar day on Black Ops too, because I'm used to on Black Ops 1. I've been trying to find it through the ballistic knives, but I literally was playing Black Ops 2, and I suck. I'm suck at being adaptive when it comes to playing a different game. It's not just that the fact it runs off the same engine, or the fact that you know, it's just like, it's kind of like you expect from sports games.
Like a little better, or...
But it's just that the fact you're using the same method. It's like, I played a lot of Black Ops 1. I think I was probably about a good like 600, maybe 700 kills with the knives at that point. And I was starting to get into the knifing gig. But I put down the Black Ops 1 to play Black Ops 2, and my friend, I literally just... what would be the best way to put this? Helsing. I was like fucking Helsing. But Saris, you know, I was like her. It's like, this is awesome. It's like Mob of the Dead style, but it's like 100 times more awesome. It's like, it can't be. It's like, I'll shoot the raw bastards. Can't be that much fucking fun. And I was like, killed once, like, oh fuck the hell yes. I literally, like, I killed everyone, man. I think I had, like, probably, like, maybe 30, probably somewhere around there. I don't know about 32. I had, like, 30, probably, like, 30, 31 or so. I don't know. There was, like, 30 fucking some kills. And I only died, like, only 8 times. And I was, like, I was just killing everything. I was like, let's see, this fucking camper's here, they need to be coming around there. And I was figuring out all the spawn traps where I just killed that player, and I don't even know where the spawn traps were. I quickly learned them. It's like, I know where they were in this whole fucking match. I think it was, it was like, it was kind of like the Black Ops 2 version of Havana. It was like that. It was like Havana.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think I know which one you're talking about.
You know, yeah, anyway.
I can't remember the name either.
But I literally cleaned that entire fucking match. And it was like, everything was like dying before me. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it's like spawn trap, and there's a spawn there, there's a spawn over there, and I'm pretty sure that player killed him, so I killed that dude over there. It's like, over there, creep around here, move in, just fucking stab this motherfucker, or slice him, sorry, and it's like, yeah, it's like, I think I had a blood rage, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not too certain, but it was like the match finally over. Like the match is over, like 75 kills later, and it's like, and this is like probably halfway in the match when my blood rage started to kick in, and I was like, why is my character not moving? It's like, it's like, hey, 420. It's like, yeah, man. What happened? Like, what's happened? And did we win? It's like, yeah. Yeah. We won. It's like, how? It's like, are you okay? It's like, I don't know, man. I'm asking you, like, what happened, dude? I don't. It's like, you don't remember what happened? No. And it's like, you know what? Just go back to Black Ops 1. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna take my psychotic behavior and just put it on the knife. Just put on the ballistic knives. Just leave it there. 31,000 kills later, and here I am.
Yeah, I had, I think without my rage day, I think my best was 23 and 19. That was my best. So when I say I had a pretty bad kill-death ratio, I'm being serious.
Fair enough.
And like all my friends who I played with, they didn't care, right? They just wanted me to be on the team. And I would explain to them too. Like, I don't believe in prestiging. I mean, what's the benefit of prestiging? All you get is like another player card, that's it.
Pretty much.
And I told all my friends this, because they always told me, well, I prestiged. And I'd look at them and go, why would you want to start over? I got all my weapons, I got all the upgrades for my weapons, I got all my unlocks. Why would I want to start over?
Right.
Oh, well, you got this wicked clan tag and this wicked player card. Is like, dude, I make my own clan tag, and as for player card, what's wrong with the one I got? You know? And it's just bullshit to make you start over again. You know,
Exactly. I mean, I think that's just lack of ideas. It shows a weakness within the gaming industry. Is that you're running low on ideas.
And Grand Theft Auto's got that same problem. I mean, take a look at their ranking setup.
Mm-hmm.
You have, not only do you have a rank for your character, you also have a rank for the crew
Mm-hmm.
that you're in.
Right.
In my case, I created my crew. And I created it as a friends-only crew. Because
Right.
I only want people I know to be in my crew.
Right.
And mostly because when Rockstar decides, well, we're not going to let this guy join, I can just invite him through my crew. So, but the problem I have with that is, once you reach a certain rank, the rest of it is pointless.
135 is
Because-
the highest rank. Now that I think about it, it's when you get the body armor set level 10. At that point, it is useless to get RP.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it no longer becomes, how do I level up to improve the game? It's, now what do I do?
Money.
Well, now I gotta get money so I can go get some cars. Or so I can go get some clothes, or so I can get an apartment, or, you know. And for me, like, the money part is a big aspect, just because I do have a habit of buying and selling cars.
Pretty much.
And it's pretty much what I would do in real life. Honestly, if I had that much money, I would have like a 50-car garage.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, it's just because that's what I'm into. That's my hobby. Like, that's the one thing I like about GTA. Is, you know, I can take what I would do in real life and put it with fantasy.
Reflecting, yeah, it's a reflection of reality with GTA, and it allows you to do that.
I mean, think about it. Honestly, out of all the players you see playing GTA, how many do you see that dress up like a biker, have mostly muscle cars in their garages, and hates the exotics?
And as far
I'm
as
the only one.
the only reason why I use those exotics, like for the like the T20 or the Zentorno, it's just to basically be there to help everyone else out. For example, let's say some dude calls in his car with the mechanic. He has to wait 40 some minutes. He doesn't really have a vehicle to go off from, and he needs a ride. I got a T20 here. I got a Zentorno. I got a very fast, exotic car, and I just use that just to pick him up and just carry him around, whatever. It's for the sole purpose to basically be there to help someone else out, or just to be more effective in a mission. So let's say, for example, I need to be at a certain area at a certain time frame, but I gotta be quick about this. So how do I become helpful for the team? Co-op, because what would you expect? I'm using common sense here. I have to be cooperative. I gotta be useful. I gotta be there for someone to rely on, so I don't become a liability for the team. Shit, fucking Ryder said it best from GTA. San Andreas, you're just another liability, CJ. And that's probably what kind of gets me motivated with other players, that I want to basically be there to help out any possible way that I can. And yet, some people will say I'm just too controlling or etc. But yeah, I try to pull as much possible weight as I can. That one day where I just got pissed off on Convoy, I muted just about everyone in that game, including myself. I don't want them to hear.
I'm actually surprised you talked to me after that.
I lost my fucking shit. I couldn't even think straight.
Oh wait, Convoy? Was that the one where I just decided, you know what, fuck everybody else, I'm just gonna do whatever I want, and if I die, I die?
Pretty much. I did the same fucking thing before that. I never really questioned it. Like, everyone else was cussing me. Everyone was cussing you while I didn't really give a shit. I already went there and back.
You knew what was going on. You knew as soon as my mic is off, I'm pissed.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, even though, like, you became, like, a problem for the whole fucking team, I was like, I didn't really give a shit. We're not making any progress out of this at all, so it's based off on patience. Patience is actually the way to differentiate between those who think they can actually do it versus just living in limbo.
I just find it funny that even with me raging and just losing my shit, I still made it farther than any of you guys.
Pretty much. But then again, there was like, no, we were sticking to a plan.
I got a goal. Yeah.
And then you had your shit.
I got a goal. I'm doing the goal. I was trying to explain to everybody else, like, you know what? I've done this before. I know what I'm doing. And your plan, I don't think is gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, it didn't work the first 3 times. And then when I started saying something about it, your friend there started becoming a liability to me.
Which means he became a liability to me. Because I can't get anything done when people are fucking, you know, becoming a problem.
And like I said, I can't remember which one of your friends that was. I don't think it was Merc. But Merc wasn't helping. Like he was egging this guy on. And I'm sitting there like, let's just do the mission, no fucking around, and this guy would run me over with his car. It's like, dude, how is that helping out the team? And then when I got pushed into the river, that fucking helicopter blew me up, and that's when I lost it. I was like, okay, you know what, if you guys aren't gonna fucking help me, fuck you, I'll do this on my own, and that's when I turned off my mic.
Fair enough.
You know, it's like, if don't join a team if you're not going to contribute. Like, I had it in my mind.
Contributing, not contributing is one thing, but to literally just outright, you know, go up against your own teammate, you're not just being contribute, you're being a threat to any part of it.
See, it's one thing if the helicopter blew me up, if I was standing there trying to snipe the thing out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he got me first, no big deal. But when you put me in a position where he's got a clear shot at me,
mm-hmm.
and I can't get up to, you know, attack him back, that's when I start getting pissed at everybody else.
And you know what? If you're fucking attacking your own fucking player, yeah, that's when you know you fucked up. I'm sorry.
That's why when you... Like I said, that's why I went off on my own. I said, "Fuck you guys. I'll do it by myself."
You know, this is what I do when I'm pissed. Is that okay? I can't stand this shit when this is being done. All right. What will be this way I put this? Let's say if I'm playing heist, right, and I'm doing the hack job, and I'm one of the decoys, and you know, I'm already inside the van. I'm ready to, I'm ready to fucking drive off. And I think there was a couple Mexicans in there, so, come on, man, they were there, dude. They were speaking a different language. It's obviously not English. Anyway,
yeah.
So one dude I basically, you know, I'm driving the van, you know, one guy needs to be picked up, so I back up so that way I can allow him to basically, you know, get in. And dude fucking holds down the triangle button just to drive. I'm already driving, you just get in the fucking van so we can fucking go. No, I want to drive. Up on the D-pad. Press X on the job list, press square, and I left.
I had that same problem with randoms, but for me, it's...
By dealing with your friends, it's like...
The understanding I get from this is it's not their job, like it's not their heist. Why should they care?
You know what? I don't really... Whether if it's... And I was the one who joined. I wasn't hosting. I joined up with them, but I'm trying to contribute by doing my part. But if you want to fucking drive, dude, you know, fuck off, man. I'm not trying to drive just for the sake of driving. I'm just trying to drive so I can get this fucking shit over with. I'm already trying to be convenient. I'm trying to get this done.
Yeah.
It's not about me taking control of the wheel just so I can have fun behind the wheel. No. When you have shark cards being involved, yes, I'm going to be serious about this. It's not a game anymore. This can actually affect a person's real life. So, of course, I'm going to be pissed when you're actually holding up my fucking time. Now, granted, I do have enough free time on my hands to be put on death row for killing time, making me a creep in this factor who should actually be regarded as just a dude with too much time on his hands, which is illegible in my own personal opinion. Because a person who has more free time leads to what? I can actually take advantage of this to perfect. No one may not be perfect, but I'm more closer to being perfect because I can actually have the time to perfect my skills. But when you throw me out, when you basically just throw me out just because you want to drive, you think I'm being greedy behind the wheel, okay, you know what? You don't want to be convenient? I'll leave the fucking match and hold it. Then I'll leave the fucking match and I'll basically waste your time like you're wasting with my time. So I want to be perfect.
That was the problem I had with when we were doing Convoy, because Convoy was my heist. I was the one who paid for that. I was the one who wanted to get it done. And I wanted it to be done because I didn't have the helicopter and I didn't have... There was another one that I didn't have. But I wanted to get all my unlocks. Well, because it wasn't their heist, they decided they didn't really want to help me out.
Because they didn't pay for it.
To kill me off.
It's bullshit, man. I think if you didn't pay for it, you should be on your P's and Q's.
Exactly.
Not the snack, but the, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
You're getting a free ride
here. You're going to get money, you know, for participating. And I'm the same way as you, dude. All I ask is you do as I say, we get the job done, you'll get the pay. But if you're going to be a dick about it, then
I'm not going to put up with your shit.
You, I'm out. You know. And that whole thing between me and Kevin, that started as a joke. Like, we were legitly joking around, and then I don't think I got pissed off. I think he got pissed off.
And then I basically got pissed off at the both of you.
Yeah.
You know, because things go from a joke to hell in a matter of minutes.
Yeah.
Or seconds, may I might add. Or I think it's more like moments.
Like I said, though, me and Kevin, we were joking around. Like, obviously it wasn't my fault that we were losing money. Obviously, you know, it's whoever's holding the cash, that's whose fault it is. But, jokingly, like joking aside, nobody was at fault for that.
Right.
But for him, it was all about the money. For me, I was just there to be a fourth.
You're trying to contribute.
I've been there, dude. I've had a heist set up. I've had 3 friends, and I could not find a fourth.
Right.
So that's why whenever you call me to be a fourth, I'm there.
Because you know you want that fourth player. And I needed that fourth. So even more so.
You need that fourth, and I need money.
And you know, even when you said you didn't want any money that day, which was like a 0% cut, what did I fucking do? I'm not going to give you 35%, but we'll actually negotiate on this, on the topic at hand, which would consist of, I'll give you 20%. Because I needed the fucking help.
After seeing that?
I
was getting ready to tell you, I'm not readying up until you put that to 0, because I don't want any cut. But I just said, you know what, I don't want any more arguing. Fuck it, I'll deal with it. You know?
Exactly my point, because I deal with idiots so much. I just want to fucking, I want to show that I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I wanted a fourth so bad. And you know what? I'm not leeching off empathy. I'm just...
Dude, I'm the same way. You don't have to explain yourself. I'm the same way. When I need a fourth, I gotta have a fourth. And that's actually what sucks about doing these heists.
Is that
Like, half of
you
the
need,
time, you only need 3 people.
or just 2.
Exactly.
It's just like looking at, okay, the Vans, which is the first one-man job. The second one, a 2-man job. Alright, now the only reason why I'll give the hack though. Alright, let's look at the hack here. That's more of a probably a 2-man job. You just need to actually get Arma Kuruma from your car, or your garage, excuse me. Did I say car? My bad. Fuck me. So we'll just get my Arma Kuruma from my garage. Then we'll just roll up in there with the 2 of us. One's gonna be decoy, driving that damn thing over there just to blow up the what's it called? Blow it up at the end. We'll just deliver the last one over to its destination, which is the white and black one. That's said and done. Convoy. How many people do I think would need to be done? If you want to involve all 4 people, this is what you're going to need. 1 guy on foot.
Yep.
Another guy driving the truck. Another guy driving the insurgent with the gun on top. Now, there's a reason why. And excuses? Fuck you. Anyone who actually doesn't want to listen, get the fuck off my fucking channel. Now, here's the reason why. I'm doing this, I'm only saying this so you don't feel useless or you don't want to feel left out. And this is just me being generous. Leniency within my heart. Extending my sympathy, however you want to call it. The reason why I'm on foot is this. Convenience. That's all it is. Enemy helicopter coming in. It's targeting that truck, the big red, the barrack, I think is what they'll call it. It's targeting the barrack.
Yeah, it is called the barrack.
So that barrack must be at my side at all times when I'm on foot. So I have my RPG out, it's ready to be launched at the incoming helicopter so I can protect the barrack. However, I'm protecting something, but I need to be protected myself. I'm exposing myself to protect something. I need that insurgent with the gun on top to blow up the enemy vehicles on the ground, so when I'm exposing myself, that barrack is alive. So I need 1 player to drive the insurgent, 1 to gun it, the 1 to drive that truck, and then I'm on the foot ready to defend it. That means foolproof plan. Slow, but we're like a walking tank here. You get my point?
Yeah.
So
you're gonna have to give me a couple of minutes because I gotta run to the washroom.
all right, I'll wait.
I'll be right back.
Understood.
Oh, that's relief. I've been holding that in for like an hour and a half.
Oh wow.
Oh, I feel so much better.
Right. And I film.
But you found?
What? The sound of what? Unique sound?
No, you were about to say something there.
Oh, yeah, with me it's, what was it, what was it, shit, last thing we're mentioning, dealing with, I think I lost my train of thought. You have to think, dude, I'm dealing with idiots on a daily basis. It kind of rubs off on you when someone wants to change the subject because they feel uncomfortable just to play a fucking video game. Oh yeah, heist, convoy. Now the scenario goes here is this: as a foolproof plan, we're literally like a walking tank. Now, until all 4 helicopters are brought down, I can simply ride in one of the vehicles until the very end of the match. In using the Insurgent, it's really like if I'm riding in the Insurgent, we'll say if one player who's gunning it and they're taking damage over that course of time when they were trying to protect me,
and have someone else gun.
which means that's this guy who is not as damaged because they were doing their job to protect me, and I know they had to sustain damage over that course of time. So that means that I take control of the gun. They can like rest up on their P's and Q's or whatever it is they can fall back on, or at least I'll take full control of that cannon. And then I'll basically blow up everyone. And if I got some P's and Q's, which I highly advise people get their fucking shit together before they fucking do anything. You know,
some names will remain nameless.
Luck favors the what's it called? The prepared.
Prepared?
Yeah, that's it. So, luck favors the prepared, dude. So as far as I'm aware of, it's this. The thing is that people will drive off without me because I am on foot because they don't think I'm convenient enough to fucking actually be participating in teams. So it's really, this console is better than this console. Console wars. You know, it's really convenience. But how it's being...
be honest when you talk about consoles and console wars. The only reason why I don't like Xbox is the controller.
It's actually
it's always been bulky. It's always been, when it first came out, it had way too many buttons. You know, and they were the last of the party. They were always the last of the party. I mean, think about it. A valid argument is PlayStation 2 was selling big when Xbox, the first one, came out. So PlayStation had already had, you know, a console ahead of it compared to Nintendo.
It's true.
Where Nintendo had, you know, Nintendo was fighting with Sega.
Right.
You know, for superiority. Then PlayStation came out with the 3D gaming to go against Nintendo.
Very much.
Now Microsoft, okay, so they go a couple of years back and forth. I can't remember how long the PlayStation 1 was originally out for. And then when they brought out the PlayStation 2, well, now Microsoft is saying, hey, we should get in on this too, because it's a huge money grab.
Right.
And when they brought out their gaming console, it was probably the most annoying thing for me to play, at least. Because the controllers were just oversized, they were too complicated, and half the buttons on that thing you never used. Well, skip ahead a couple years. PlayStation 3 offers Blu-ray right out the box. HD, which does offer 1080p gaming, and I do have a couple of those that are 1080p games. And it offered free internet. So you could play online for free. Xbox 360. Yes, it had an HDMI output. However, it was only compatible for 720p. The controllers, still bulky, and still required batteries. You could get a battery pack, but that cost you almost as much as half the console. And their exclusives were terrible.
Halo. What else was the other one?
Halo, Left 4 Dead. They stuck to one demographic. Oh, and Forza. Forza was maybe the only game that I would buy an Xbox for, and that's it. Other than that, I'm PlayStation all the way. And just to buy a console for one game is not enough for me to buy a console. But the downside, they didn't have a Blu-ray player, so you could only play DVDs, and the online was not free.
Fair enough.
Now you skip to modern day. PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. PlayStation 4, yeah, they went down with the having to buy PlayStation Plus to play online.
Right.
But the games, in some cases, are running at almost 4K. You look at the graphics from the PlayStation 3 compared to the PlayStation 4, and I'm not talking Grand Theft Auto. That's a lousy thing to say. I'm talking about, you take Final Fantasy 13, okay?
Okay.
Compare it to Mad Max on the PS4. And you would say that the PS4 has better graphics.
Pretty much.
And Mad Max and Final Fantasy both run at 1080p. It is damn near 4K. It is so good.
Right.
And I actually do recommend you pick up Mad Max. It is a really good game.
Microtransactions?
Now, no. You can actually get a hard copy of it. Now, Xbox One. Again, the controller. Too big.
Can you give a little inside information about that?
These are my faults.
Okay.
Okay? So my faults may not agree with everybody else. These are just what I find wrong with the console.
Alright.
The controllers, still too big. Again with the controllers, still require batteries. They have not figured out the battery pack so that it's rechargeable. You can buy a battery pack, but once again, you're paying $50 to $60 for it.
Oh yeah.
Finally, getting a Blu-ray player. They finally brought in Blu-ray. Of course, it's, 10 years too late, but they finally brought one.
Right.
HDMI is still, for some games, not running at 1080p. And even the ones that they say are, the graphics are still lacking compared to PlayStation 4. And I can tell the difference between graphics. And again, Xbox Live is still too damn expensive to play. You think about it this way. I spent $49, and this is Canadian, to get 1 year subscription to PlayStation Plus.
Right.
So I can play my games with you guys, and I can talk to you guys. Well, I could talk to you without it, but, this way I can play my games with you guys.
Oh, hi, Z.
Xbox Live is $58 plus tax a year.
Damn.
It's damn near $60 to play online a year. So when you think about those expenses, in your case, I'm not going to say my case because obviously I live at home.
Right.
But in your case, you have to pay for your groceries. You have to pay for your internet. You have to pay for your
Rent.
heating, your plumbing, your rent. Now you have to pay another $60 to play on Xbox? And Xbox Live does not do free chat. You have to be an Xbox Live member in order to chat with your friends. Whereas PlayStation, the only downside they did compared to Xbox was making you pay to play online. I can still talk to you without being a PlayStation Plus member. I just can't play games with you.
And right now, sex is the last thing on my mind. Thank God for that.
So, now you know why I'm anti-Xbox.
Exactly. But either way you break it down, still, I can't enjoy anything anymore. It just... I don't like the idea of business, of gaming. I just think of it as... It's supposed to be fun, but not supposed to be aggravating. When you turn it into a business, it became aggravating.
See, I can't even classify myself as a fanboy, because I do like Nintendo. However, I am going to agree that their mistake was the Wii, simply because motion controls, not the best idea. They should have made that where it was an option.
Here's my take on this.
I don't hate people who play Xbox. I just don't want to be forced into it because everybody else plays Xbox.
No problem, man, but they're only toys.
You think about it. There's only maybe 2 YouTubers that I know that play on the PlayStation 4.
Mhm.
That's not and Mr. Boss for the win. Those are the only 2 that actually play on the PlayStation.
Well, the only reason why they play on the PlayStation is that it's the console race. That's what it is. The console war is that here's the scenario. PlayStation 4 is actually in the lead now in the 8th gen business. And last generation, 7th gen, which is PS3 360, the 360 was ahead of everyone. That's the reason why he plays on PlayStation. You can say, oh, well, he plays PlayStation, I should do that because it's much more better. And it's like, yeah,
well, no,
but
that's not what I'm saying.
But
I'm saying I've got more than just.
I know, it's just
one reason why I don't like Xbox. It's not because I started with PlayStation. That's what I'm gonna stay with, because that's not it at all.
No, I see it as
I would own all the Nintendos rather than all the PlayStations.
Here's my personal opinion on this one is that I see PlayStation as the spiritual successor to Nintendo of who they once were. I look at the Microsoft Xbox as the spiritual successor to the Sega Dreamcast, because look at the controller design for the Sega Dreamcast, and you tell me this much when it comes to a grip-like control. Is it really that different? Look at Crazy Taxi, which was a Sega game for the Dreamcast. Look at that game and you compare it to the control scheme for games that we have now. What do you use for Yash in Crazy Taxi? You use the triggers, right?
Yeah.
What do you use for brake and reverse? Well, the left trigger. They use the same control scheme. So when Sega left the market industry or the console industry, if you want to call it that, let's just say that Microsoft picked up where they last left off. So, in looking at Nintendo, what were we using before Nintendo came up with their innovative ideas for controllers? Well, we had 2 buttons and a stick with a button on top, and I think that's all it was to Atari, right?
You had 2 buttons? I only had the one.
I don't know, pretty
I had
sure.
the one button and the joystick.
I don't know how many fucking buttons it was on the fucking Atari. I never played it. But you get the idea, right?
I owned one. I had like an Atari 2600.
Oh, really? So it was just one button and a stick?
Yeah, it was the cartridge that basically went in the same way as the Nintendo.
Right. And
Yeah, but
looking at the Nintendo controller compared to the Atari, what'd you get with the original NES? Well, let's see. You have an A and a B, a start and a select, and then you had your D-pad, which was involved. It was involved with their controller. Okay, let's consider this. What do we use today by that standard? Let's see, PlayStation 3 controller, which is the same as it's always been since like the PlayStation 1, just without the sticks being involved. Okay, you got your D-pad, start select, and of course you get about 2 extra buttons, which is like we'll say A, B, C, and D maybe, which would be the C buttons on the N64 controller. Okay, so obviously they must use the C buttons from the controller of the N64 to be used on the shapes. Okay. Now, let's look at the shoulder buttons that was introduced. Obviously, it's not R1, L2, R1, was it R1, R2, L1, L2? It was actually just L and R button, which is used on a, Microsoft Xbox controller, but with Sega basically being in competition.
Are you talking about Nintendo's controller?
Yeah, they were having, on the Super Nintendo, there was an LB and RB. That was actually, looking at Sega being in competition with Nintendo, I can see how that was reused for the Xbox controller, because it is the spiritual successor to the Sega Dreamcast to what it once was, because looking at the controller's design features. So yes, of course, LBRB was introduced as for the Xbox when one console was in competition, so hopefully that's not too distracting. Now,
I believe the original Xbox had an R1, an L1, an R2, and an L2.
If anything, then they just changed the trigger so they don't get in trouble with Sony for plagiarism.
It also had A, B, Y, and X, and then 2 more buttons, and then your start and your select, and then your D-pad.
Right.
Which I figured was extremely complicated, because even when you're playing games like, what's a good example? I guess Call of Duty World at War.
Right.
Those other 2 buttons did jack shit. They didn't do anything.
Right.
I didn't find a single game with Xbox that utilized those 2 buttons. They were pointless.
Pretty much. Until they brought in the tactical grenades. Or ADS or so.
Even then, it was set up to like A, B, or X.
Right.
Y was always the jump button.
Shit. I mean, A has always been like a letter for the X button in PlayStation, because looking at the N64 controller, played fucking Mario. Look at Mario. I mean, like,
would have been Y.
It was like, I mean, look at the, and I think you take like a lot of the, it's really just mixed blend between numbers and shapes. Numbers, shapes, and letters to have a configuration of different consoles, hardly any difference. Graphics are different, gameplay changes, and innovation is thrived from, but run out of ideas with letters, numbers, and shapes. What do you have as a build? Not really very much.
No.
So, it's almost as if I'm not saying too reflective, but it is to a certain degree that what will be the next thing after letters, numbers, and shapes, and to be innovative with what would match with a gamer's perception of gaming. I don't know. There's really, at this point, we've reached that critical point. I mean, we can all wish and pray that Sega would come back in the gaming industry because they had a lot of ideas, but they ran the fucking hedgehog to the fucking ground, dude. They put all their eggs in one basket.
Unfortunately, and Nintendo's doing the same thing.
Actually,
like, you gotta admit though,
they're doing nothing but first parties.
There are way more Mario games than there are Zelda games.
This is true.
Because Mario is the original character. He's the mascot for Nintendo. He will always be the mascot for Nintendo. Zelda, Samus, Star Fox, all those other characters are taking a back seat to Mario. And unfortunately, that's going to be Nintendo's undoing. I mean, think about Nintendo hasn't had a decent console, decent selling console since the Nintendo GameCube.
Pretty much.
Everything beyond the Nintendo GameCube has gone downhill. The Nintendo Wii is selling like crap. Even though it's a really good system, that
compared
has
to
a very
its competition,
I'll put this to you. Xbox 360 and PlayStation have their faults. We all know this.
Of course.
PlayStation, after about 5 years, like the PlayStation 3, after about 5 years, it'll finally burn out and die.
Right.
I know this because I had the original PlayStation. I played that thing constantly. I always had it in standby. I never turned that thing off. I never dusted the thing, and it lasted 5 years. It was a good system. It lasted up until its 3rd generation.
Pretty much.
And the Xbox 360, I had a friend who bought the Elite, which at the time was the best one you could get. He burned through that in 2 months.
Damn.
Went out, bought another
2
one,
months.
lasted another 2 months. Red light of death. Same thing. He went through about 6 of them in 1 year.
More money in Microsoft's pocket.
Now, you look at the Nintendo Wii. Other than broken controllers and random objects because of kids getting stuck in the disc tray, how many times has a Nintendo Wii died on its customers since its initial release?
Tell me.
0.
0.
When it comes to system quality, the Nintendo Wii has the lead. They have only been repaired for stupidity. Not because the console failed.
Zero fucking times, and the only time it's repaired is because
of stupidity.
People are dumbasses.
And the best part about it is I hear all these horror stories about Nintendo. People who have owned the original Nintendo had to basically do surgery on their systems just to get them to work after a couple of months. That's bullshit. I owned one. That system, the only time I ever had to fix it was to blow into the cartridge to get the game to play. And half the time, that was the fun part.
Nostalgia rush.
The Super NES, same thing. People keep telling me that they kept having power problems. I found out what that problem is. The power cord, the original power cord that comes with the system,
Yeah.
simply wears out. And you can go out and get an adapter. Which I did. I got a 3-in-1 adapter, plugged it right into the Super NES, and it fired right up.
Oh, wow.
I don't have a GameCube. I don't have an N64, but I know people that owned them. And the only problems they ever had was getting pissed off and whipping the controller.
Because they don't know how to play the game.
Actually, some cases the controller did lag.
Oh, what, lag with the N64 controller?
And sometimes the buttons, yeah. And sometimes the buttons did get a little sticky with the N64.
Yeah, because you keep pouring your fucking juice on it like 20 years ago.
No, that's just from eating chips while you're gaming.
Dude, if you're gonna play fucking N64, man, you better be stoned out of your mind. Or grab a bottle of liquor.
When it came to the GameCube, they were just pissed off because they lost at Smash Brothers. Like, God damn it, how come you picked Kirby and how come you always swallow me on this god fucking game? Smash! Yeah. I mean, I came close to that point. It wasn't my system, but I came close to that point.
I'll tell you this much, though. With me personally, I think, like, the best drinking game that you can ever have is playing fucking Mario Kart.
You have to explain that one to me.
Well, let's see. If you ever get yourself like a turtle shell, the blue one. Damn those blue turtle shells. You gotta take another fucking like 5 swigs, man. Just to deal with it.
Every time your character gets hit with a weapon, you have to take a swig.
Oh yeah. For every fucking shortcut that you find, take another swig. For every fucking character that basically like gets hit with it, or if you get hit with that fucking item, you gotta take another swig. It's like by the time you reach the end of the game, it's like you're fucked up.
You want to know what's a really good drinking game?
What?
Story mode, Grand Theft Auto 5. Every time Lamar says the N-word, you take a shot.
Hey, what?
Every time Lamar Davis says the N-word, you have to take a shot.
Man, by the time you reach the end of the game, dude, you're going to be in the fucking graveyard.
Dude, by the time you reach the next level, you're going to need to be in the graveyard.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I can't play anymore. Why? I'm hammered off my ass. But you just started the game. I know. Can we pick this up again tomorrow? Just lying on your bed half drunk. Or just totally plastered. What happened? I played Grand Theft Auto. We decided to make a drinking game. That wasn't such a good idea.
It's like, oh my god, you can come up with a drinking game for like, just make sure you come prepared, dude, with all the booze that you could possibly get. Head down to the store.
I can just see that going to the liquor store. Just, yes, I'd like to buy $7,000 worth of booze. Why? Because we're playing Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, wait a second. I got a better one for Grand Theft Auto for a drinking game. Online bullshit. For every asshole that you come across in an open lobby, right? Half hour later, it's like, doom.
Every time you hear a guy talking shit, you gotta take another shot.
Yeah, for every bullshit you gotta take from someone else, it's like, yep, gotta take another one.
Yeah, but you see, what you gotta do is you gotta cheat the system in that one. You gotta pretend to be a noob.
Pretend to be a noob. Oh shit.
Like, constantly blow yourself up and, like, don't say anything except for, like, anything a 12-year-old would say.
It's like, yeah, I'm a little new to this game. I don't really play it very much. Could you just walk me through this?
Account. This is my brother's account. Instant kill.
You know what I would do? I'll probably be like, yeah, I'm kind of new. I just, and it's like all of a sudden, right? It's like, well, let me walk you through this. Like, they'll probably take you up on a couple things. Like, okay, are you talking about this one on the phone, like on the game? Or is it like on my actual phone? It's like, no, on the game. Okay, so, and then like you just showcase your work just to be like, what the fuck? How the hell did you do that? I don't know. I guess just comes by nature, I guess.
All I did was accidentally press some buttons, and this is what happened.
It's like, and then they'll be like, okay, so, and it's like a pretty complex one, but we'll see if we can figure it out. It's somewhat simple, but it's a bit complex one. Let's see if you can figure this one out. Like, you're dead. It's like, did I pass? Did I win?
I take out the grenade, I throw it at you, and then I run away?
No, it's like, no, this is what I expect what a noob will do, okay? It's like, see this grenade? Okay, pull the pin. Alright, I'll throw it. It's like, okay, throw the pin. It's like, not the pin, you idiot, the grenade!
Whatever you do not take your hand off of that clip. What, this clip? Oh, you dumb bastard.
That's the kind of shit you see on fucking Convoy. They'll throw the fucking pin before they throw the grenade. They'll blow up the fucking convoy truck barrack before they even realize what you just fucking said. And then you get pissed off about it, and they just basically, chill man, just a game. It's like...
It's not like this is real life.
It's like, you son of a bitch, man. That's wasting my fucking microtransaction dollars, dude. It cost me $100,000 to pay for this shit.
You know how many PSN cards I had to buy just to get this much money?
I spent so much on my debit card. I actually had to skip next week's fucking refillment of groceries, and you fucked it up. Oh yeah, well maybe you shouldn't have done that. Fuck you!
See, that's where I'm different. Like, yeah, I bought shark cards, but I make sure it's in my budget.
Claire, I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I only paid for shark cards once, and that was back in 2013 with Christmas money. I only paid $100, and that was it. For the next 2 years,
way more than that.
For the next 2 years, pushing 3 this year, I haven't paid for a single shark card.
I think in total, I may have spent about $300 in shark cards, but that's combined with the PlayStation 3.
Well, the only thing I paid for repetitively was I paid for $270 PS3, which had 250 gigs. I got a free year of PlayStation Plus membership, and I got one free game with it, which was the Uncharted 3. Was it Among Thieves? Or no, Drake's Deception, excuse me. And I got all of that with the purchase of my console for PS3. Now, I was able to put in the, the code. And ever since then, I've been paying for 3-month memberships for PlayStation 3. And I'm kind of used to it now. And they only cost like $17.99. So it's not really that
I can't
much of a
remember
problem.
what 3 months costs me.
It can't be that much
Because I know,
of a difference.
because I'm in Canadian, or yeah, my money's in Canadian, so just let me see something here. PlayStation.
Shouldn't
Plus.
you like be like 20? Maybe? Like 20
actually,
bucks?
we're more expensive.
So 16 or 15?
12 months is $49.99. 3 months is $17.99, and 1 month is $9.99.
That's the same, huh?
So still not too bad.
Same numbers though. Odd. So as far as I'm aware of, I just don't want that one. I don't want to ever see that one world currency though. I do not want to see that shit.
I don't even care for the Grateful Dead. Why would I want their avatars?
What? No, I didn't say Ungrateful Dead. I said one world currency.
Yeah, no, I was looking at something for PlayStation Plus here. I like swapping out my avatars, but I don't care for the Grateful Dead.
I see.
I really don't.
You know mine's never gonna change, right?
Oh, I don't think mine's gonna change either. I finally found one that I really, really like.
Yeah, last
Especially
one
when
was like a
people send
skull
me
with
for
a
the
mouth
first time.
or a face on top, though.
Yeah.
I still have that one on the PS3.
I just don't use it. Because it'll change it on the PS4.
At 9 o'clock high, Carl.
I like my avatar. It matches my background. Actually, it matches it a little too well.
I'm gonna feel this
But no, as
mission.
soon as I saw that avatar, I knew I had to have it.
Oh, yes.
I'm all about my skulls, flames, spiders.
I do skulls
that
and
fun
flames. Those are normally the ones I would go with.
The only problem I have with the flames is I can't find a decent flame for a background. Like, it's either that colored in realistic flame or it's that gay old school hot rod flame. Like, you could tell it wasn't really well done, and that's why I go with like Grim Reapers when it comes to my my theme and stuff for my my PS4 and my PS3. But my PS3's background is a picture that I took from online, and it's basically the Grim Reaper holding up a deck of cards. Or a
Nice.
hand of cards, I should say. Yeah, and each card, it looks like it's been weathered. And the Ace of Spades is basically the normal spade, but it's got a skull coming through the spade.
Really?
Yep. And then each card is that suit and color with a skull coming through it. I think he's holding like a full house or something like that.
Curse you, Berkeley.
But it's a picture I took from Google Images.
Hey, Caesar.
Are you actually recording as we're talking?
Right?
Why do you say that?
Because I can hear like a delay in what I'm saying.
Not right now. I got
Oh,
Like,
what?
I can hear myself through your TV, and I can also hear a playback type thing going on.
Yeah, that's my laptop. I use it like if someone wants to have something to say, like in the comment, they could type it down since I'm doing a full
Okay,
screen.
So you are live streaming right now?
Yeah, I said that twice, dude.
Okay.
I screamed it out loud.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were actually recording, but that's okay. I just wanted to make sure that's what was going on and there wasn't just that big of a delay.
Very important shit that must be known. I don't got fucking shit to hide.
Neither do I. That's why I said I just wanted to make sure that's what was going on. I didn't want to have this huge ass delay.
Don't
Why
worry.
am I hearing myself like 5 seconds past what I just said?
I swear, dude, it's just, that's what I do, man. But not all the time, you know. I only record on, like, single-player based games. I don't do that online shit. You know, online, I only do that, like, I only record offline, dude. Like, games that I know. Because I don't support online, and when I do, I'm on there just to help everyone else out.
I understand. And when I start recording to my channel, I'm probably going to do the same thing.
Right.
Like, I have a channel, I just don't put any fucking content on it. I probably should.